I think a true artist will know they're an artist if people are talking about their music almost more than they are.
Welcome to QNW. This is Quarantine Network. It's episode 6. I'm your host, Zoe. I got my guys. I got Mirage Beats. I got Charlie Pockets in the building. We got our special guest, LookatBook. LookatBook, what's good with you, big player?
What's up, Zoe? Thanks for having me. Thanks for having me, y'all.
Absolutely, man. You know, we see what you've been up to, you know, because we met last year, like near the end of 2021. Love your music. I like your style. You're fucking hilarious. So we had to get you on here, man.
Appreciate that.
Absolutely.
I like y'all style too as well.
Appreciate it.
All right. Why don't you go ahead and we know your LookatBook. You know, you got some big songs on YouTube and SoundCloud and, you know, everywhere else. Why don't you just give us like a brief little background, like how you got started with music, you know, like maybe your journey a little bit, career trajectory, you know, however you want to take that.
Yeah, it's been a long journey. I mean, Charlie kind of knows it. Zoe, maybe you do kind of know it. I made some. I'm not going to say my age, but I will say I was making some songs in high school back in the day. And I've always been kind of interested in music, you know. Parents were always into it and stuff. So I made some songs after I found out that some of my friends in high school made beats. So I got into that. We made a couple tracks and it got a little buzz. I'll try to keep this answer somewhat high level, but it had a little buzz in high school, like playing around with it. Had to move away from music because I was so pressed on doing college, and my parents had so much pressure on me to be in college. So moved slightly away from music and then came back into it. I was kind of just like really feeling my day job and was feeling good about myself. And I stumbled across Vine and I saw everybody was making these videos on Vine and I thought I could do that. So that was probably 6 years ago by now. Honestly, probably half.
Because Vine, sorry to interrupt you. Vine was like the precursor to Musical.ly and then TikTok, right? It was like
Yeah. So, I mean, Vine was kind of like Twitter, only it was 6 seconds only. I guess there are some people that don't even know what Vine was. Yeah, all the viral stuff was at the time starting on Vine. So I made videos for a year that were just absolutely awful. They were... I did these strange little, I was trying to do comedy. I wasn't sure about music first. I just knew that I wanted to make Vines. I wanted to make these videos that went viral. And I was making these little comedy songs and they just sucked bad. I mean, I was doing like these little baby voices. It was really just awful. And I was maybe only getting like 2 or 3 likes on a post. And I did that for about a year. Then I started doing some songs, like some little, just kind of like was like, well, maybe I kind of want to get back into like making some jingles. And I made one jingle and I got a little bit of buzz off of it and a couple other little like things I was experimenting with. And then, you know, so it was like, okay, this one little song got 100 likes. And then I made, everybody was talking about thoughts. That was a real like popular term back in the day.
Yeah.
And so my buddy was like, yeah, you should make a song about thoughts. And I had just sampled the Amen beat by Meek Mill. And I sang There's 1,000 Thoughts in the Club. And it went viral overnight on Vine and it got, 40,000 likes on it. And it, then I started doing Trey songs, Nation clips. So that started going. And eventually it just transitioned to me recording in a studio. And the next thing I know, I'm making music videos and, it's not like I ever quit my day job, but I mean, it's been a really fun outlet ever since.
Man, I want you to touch on like that pressure, you know what I'm saying? You saying that your parents wanted you to go to college, you know, and I'm sure you really wanted to focus more on your music. You know, how difficult was that, and how were you able to overcome that without overstepping, you know, your parents' boundaries, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, it's a great question. Yeah, it's still a struggle because I still, you know, spend time on music, and my parents, I think, still think it's you know, a bit of a pipe dream. But more and more, I've been showing my dad my songs, and you know, I've been more and more proud of them as I've gone along. And I think even it's been like this chess match of me being like, oh yeah, I have these songs, and him being like, yeah, you have these songs. Well, so like everybody's an artist, right?
Yeah.
So him just really always me back down to earth, but me actually kind of knowing, actually, like, you know, I got a lot of likes on these songs. I got a lot of streams, and you know, I've gone viral in Asia, like, you know, and me knowing that and him not really knowing that. So I've everybody happy by doing the most I can do in my day job to keep my dad happy, but do the most that I can in my personal life with music. So I've had to kind of walk the tightrope of just like making everybody happy, you know, because my dad's not going to give me as much slack if I'm doing good in my day job, and I'm going to be happy if I'm taking out energy into music. So, you know, it's been a fine balance of listening to what my dad says, but then also not giving a hoot about it, you know.
First, thank you for being here. Second,
yeah, thanks for having me.
Second, congrats on your IG and your YouTube, because I saw those numbers, like 19K on IG and more than 13K on YouTube.
Yeah,
that's really awesome. I got a really cool question. It was my son who asked me, when you made the Tesla song and the Nike song, it was like a marketing project.
Was it a marketing project?
Yeah.
So not entirely. Funny. The more that I've gone along with music, the more that I realize I just tend to make songs that I like. It's not like I sit down, I'm like, I want to make a song about a Tesla, or I want to make a song about Nike. It's that I listen to a beat, and I just, you know, sometimes I don't write songs 6 months, or sometimes even 7 or longer. But then, you know, when the vibe's kind of right and I'm feeling it, I can write like 3 songs in a half hour. So it comes like when the creative vibe is there, I don't really fight it. But then when it's also not quite there, I don't really force it. So I don't. Tesla, I think I just heard the beat, and it just kind of was like riding in my Tesla. It just kind of flow, you know?
Yeah.
So it's not like I started it like, oh, that's how I want to do it. I'm just singing about things that I like and enjoy and I think are dope. I mean, Nike, I wrote in probably 20 minutes, the whole song. So it's like when it's there, I kind of go with it. And then as I progress with it, it's like, okay, this is maybe somehow I can market it, you know? So I'd like to really like take a lot of my songs to the next level. I've spent a lot trying to get the sound, so I want to network and kind of promote and you know, see what I can do with it, you know.
Yeah.
How long do you? Oh, my fault.
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
I was going to ask real quick, like when you promote a song, regardless if it's Tesla, Nike, Miami Dolphin, you know what I'm saying? Do you see the expiration date on advertising the song, or it's just like, you know, because there's so many ways you can approach a song, you can utilize a song to the best of its ability, but do you like stop working on the song, like one of your songs, and just focus on a whole new one, or do you bring back that old song if you feel like something?
Yeah, I kind of try to at least make stuff that's going to be somewhat timeless and always relevant. And so I think, you know, like Lit and Pacific and those songs, those are still just moving organically from what, you know, the collab with Hardstop was. So those are kind of climbing on their own. And sometimes I'll just give them a little push as they're going along. I'll just run a quick little burst of a campaign or something with the video on Instagram or YouTube, just to give them a little, pick. But I try to, I drop songs in a very strange way where I'll just post them sometimes without even being announced. I kind of call it like a ghost drop. And I try to see engagement I get just completely organically, like how much shock factor, how much do people engage with it just without me doing literally anything, just putting it out there. And then if it seems to be gravitating a lot of attention without me doing anything, then I might implement a campaign to put it out there even more. And yeah, I mean, Miami Dolphins, I hope people are playing that a year from now. And anything else, I try not to like, I try not to make everything too much like that. It would be like not cool a year from now, like I don't want to be too trendy with stuff. So
no, I think
I'm always bouncing around on what I want to promote, to answer your question, depending on what I feel like is hot. I mean, Phoenix Suns, now that the Suns are hot, I'll probably start doing a lot more with that. It's the timing's kind of crucial.
Yeah, that's I think that's part of the, like, I didn't pick up on this until about a year ago, but I was like, it's kind of genius where you made a song like Phoenix Suns that you can promote every basketball season. If they're in the playoffs, especially if they make it to the finals or something, like you can promote that every basketball season. The same with Christmas Lit, it's a Christmas song. You know what I mean? It's like a little rap song, little vibey, but it's like you get every Christmas time you can promote that song and you'll get some traction off. And then
look at Mariah Carey. Mariah Carey, she's the one who makes more money on Christmas time. People.
Yeah, she kept Christmas.
Yeah.
I mean, was the present. Yeah, she's balling. Yeah, it's funny because I didn't really sit down and, like I said, I didn't really sit down and write those songs thinking that. I mean, because I made Phoenix Suns was one of the first songs I ever made, and that was 2017. So I almost forgot.
Before they started getting good.
Yeah, I mean, they sucked. It just so happened that Phoenix Suns rhymed with Akeem Olajuwon, and I just that's the only reason. Suns.
That's funny. But 2 years later, they're in the playoffs. They're going to the finals. Like, it worked out. You got lucky on that.
That's the only reason I rhymed it with that. It's just that they sucked for a long time, and then they started winning last year, and I was like, the Phoenix Suns are good. I was like, oh, I have a song about them, don't I? Like, and so it was. What was really interesting about it is that, even though I don't get that many plays on the song, it's the better they played, the more the streams started going up, and that was telling me that Suns fans were actually starting to play it. So that's been super, super unique to watch that.
And then you got Miami Dolphins for football season. You covering your bases. You got Christmas, football season, basketball season.
That Phoenix Suns song could be something special, man, going forward, because they look like they're gonna be good for the next few years, man.
That's true. That's a good point.
Yeah, and the Dolphins thing was also unique because I've watched them now not make the playoffs 2 years in a row, and
they were close, but.
Yeah, and there's a lot of TikToks being made with the sound now. So I'm curious now that they got what's his name on the team. Now they got Hill. I'm wondering, does it kind of do a little bit more this year, and do I push it even more? And that's the timing. It's the timing element of music is so.
He either gonna hear it, or he gonna see somebody doing a video. He's like, "Yo, I need a piece of that." Especially.
It's like Zoe said. It's like Zoe said once. A song that is not new for you is new from somebody else.
Yeah,
right? So it's a matter of time.
Exactly.
That's true.
And I do kind of pride myself with that. I do try to make. I mean, I've run plenty of little promos and stuff, but I think a true artist will know they're an artist if people are talking about their music almost more than they are. Like if you gotta push this music to the point where you're blue in the face and you're begging people for compliments, music might not be for you. If people are hitting you up, even if you have a small little following, if people are hitting you up constantly, like, yo, I like what you did there, without you even bringing it up, that's when, you might have a little bit of a gift. And that's when, like, not saying that I'm gifted, because I'm definitely really bad at certain things. But I noticed that kind of early on, people would kind of like, I would make a song and people would go out of their way to be like, yo, and a lot of people that I didn't know. And so it was like, all right, well, that, like, you don't want to let stuff get to your head. You don't want to, like, just think, oh my gosh, that means I'm going to be a superstar someday because this person told me. Like, that's, you got to keep it in, perspective. But a good song should kind of almost write itself, to a certain degree. But, you're putting a promotion behind a good song, and then you're really cooking.
Definitely.
Let me ask you, you have so on YouTube, your song Lit, where you collab with Hardstop Lucas, you have 2.3 million views on that one song alone. So congratulations, first of all. Second of all, can you just touch on, like, because one thing I've noticed, I feel like you're very good at, like, collaborating with other people, even if it's people that you don't necessarily know or the people that are in your area or your state. But talk about the importance of collaborating with other people to capitalize on, their audience and your audience. You know what I mean? Bringing the two audiences together and seeing what happens.
Yeah, it's a great question. You guys have good questions. This, I mean, the whole thing with Hardstop is that was one collab, and I've almost been able to kind of, because he has so much, because he has so much traffic on his YouTube, I've almost been able to ride that one collab with most of my activity. I mean, I think it's about bringing value to whoever you're collabing with, and it might not always be money, but sometimes, like, it's business. It's, if you don't really have that audience and you're trying to collab with somebody who has an amazing audience and they've built up this following and stuff, it might need to be money. For Hardstop, we had kind of networked on Vine. We had been, because when I was really busy on Vine, stuff was going pretty crazy. I mean, I was getting featured on the homepage and everything, which was probably the coolest moment.
Yeah, I remember that.
It was when I was doing the Trey Songz impressions, which were just it's just yeah. If this Trey Songz was a kangaroo, that one did pretty well. So when we were kind of, when Vine was deleted, Hardstop hit me back up because he had heard that I started on Pacific, the song, on Instagram. So I went from like 40,000 followers down to like 100 followers, like 100 followers on Instagram after they deleted Vine. But I still had that connection, from Vine. And he liked the song. He reached out and he used it in his videos just because he liked the song. So I think when you have that value, people are going to want to collab with that because it's going to make them as creators better. So I always know that, my music is a little ridiculous at times. And it's like, it's a little, this and that, but I put a lot of work into the quality of it. And I do have some experience in it. So he hit me up and I was like, hey, if you want to make a song, just let me know. And just with the Lit song, I was able to get my music out in front of his audience, and he was able to make a cool track. And it's just about bringing value to each side. And, you just got to know how you're bringing your value. If you don't quite have your sound right, you can still learn a lot from a collab, but that's why DaBaby charges $20 bazillion for his features, because he has the backing to back that up,
Right.
So in your opinion, it's worth it, to spend the money with certain people to help get you in front of more eyes?
Yeah, I mean, I think you should I've done it both ways now. So when I was on Vine, I had so much pressure from my parents to not do music that I did all of my networking organically, 100% organically. Any video that I made was completely what I made from scratch. I'm getting these ridiculous texts. Well, it was completely from scratch. Anybody that I networked with, we were just doing Revine for Revine. We were posting each other's contents on each other's page. So I was coming up completely organically and just getting, that way. When they deleted Vine, I started over on Instagram and had no clout, no nothing. I had nothing to offer anybody. So I was paying for promotions to get back in the spotlight. So then I got to think a little too locked into just paying people and forgot how to network. So kind of finding out that the best stuff that you do is usually in networking for free. But if you want to advance in music, unless you literally come in here and happen to have something that just goes ridiculously viral, which is a blessing, you have to invest in your sound. You can't shortcut the studio time. You can't shortcut a good promotion on YouTube. You have to first know that you have a good sound, and then not be afraid to put some money behind it one way or another. I mean, there is no business that doesn't invest in their sound a little. So the answer, I think, is both. But I would still say that good organic networking and relationships will give you better stability. But there is always a time and place to run a little campaign or a promotion and that. So a little bit of both.
I think that's well said. That's well said. Well said.
Well said. Shit, I'm like, you know what I'm saying? I'm learning. Even though I want plenty of people to see this particularly independent artists who want to learn, you know what I'm saying? I know a little bit, but it's always good to learn from people that got more than me. That shit got more than me. You know what I'm saying? You got something that I want, you know what I'm saying? Views are important.
Yeah,
you know,
I'm waiting for that border music video, man, where you're literally dancing on the border.
Hey, you know, it was funny while you was talking, right? I was thinking about a Borderline music video. Funny, it's so weird, bro. So
Borderline,
weird.
you're in old Chevy and you're crossing the borderline, and then you like get on a horse with a cowboy hat, something ridiculous.
Yeah. I was thinking that. Dude. Somebody got to dress up. Let me dress up as a cowboy, and I'll act like I'm sneaking across the border.
Yeah, like that would be good. I think we're going now.
I just want to wear I don't know why I want to wear all black or like all red or some shit like that. I gotta turn up.
Charlie, front or back? Back, front, maybe back. This is
maybe back.
I have a billion hats. My grandpa gave me all of his hats. He actually works with Amish on the field. And he gave me all of his hats from like his attic that he acquired over the years of doing business with Amish.
QNW audio podcast available on Anchor. Follow us at We Are QNW.
Man, you already know the vibe, man. LookatBook, man. We gotta get you for the bread and butter, man. I gotta, this segment. I'm gonna ask you a question to see what you think. All right. So if you could make one song with 3 artists, dead or alive, who would they be?
Yeah, that are alive. Probably one. I mean, I'm real big on Yeet right now. I really like Yeet. And that's definitely
LA rapper. He's hot right now.
He's brand new. Drake for sure. Maybe DaBaby.
Can't go wrong there.
Yeah. I really love Future though too. If I was forced to pick it down to 3, probably be Future, Drake. Oh man, maybe Yachty though too. Man, that's tough. Ugh. Yeah.
Have Drake and Yachty done a song yet?
Yeah, they got that Oprah's bank account.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah, Oprah's bank account. That's wow. They might pull that out of your back pocket. Yeah, Oprah's bank. Yeah. Maybe Drake, Yachty, and LookatBook would be wild. With the feature from
Future.
From Future, yeah.
Yeah, that would be lit.
Future.
Hey, when this is just a random question. When you're gonna make a song for the spring break? You need a song for spring break. You are the face for the spring break.
Well, that's what Sarasota's for.
Okay.
I have a song called Sarasota. It's a small town in Florida. And actually, I was on TikTok the other day. There's like 10 videos on TikTok. And there's all these people down in Sarasota dancing around. They literally but they're from like the actual town. But yeah, I could make an actual spring break song. That could be wild. Since I make a song about everything else, I might as well start doing days of the week at this point. It's Monday. Tomorrow is 5 plus 5 is 10.
Yo, what if you did? What are the chances of a Sarasota remix where you like remix it and make it a little bit more spring breaky specific? Like instead of, Sarasota is one of my favorite songs, so I would love to see a remake. Like, what are the you still in touch with that producer? Like, what do you think? Is that possible or what? Because that's one of your slept on songs. I love that song.
People have definitely slept on that for years. People don't. That song gets no love, except for like there's like a small faction of my group that is like all about it. Like 5% of like LookatBook following will be like, yeah, Sarasota is the best song ever made by humans. But then everyone else is like, nah. It's like for some reason
you haven't really promoted it too much either, have you?
Do what?
Have you really promoted it that much yet?
Never. It was just because Reggie Cuz was on that, and he got a little.
Oh, that's right. That's Reggie Cuz.
Yo, speaking
you
of
still talk to him?
You got hella haters on your TikTok, fool.
Yeah. So here's the story behind that. There's actually a story behind that. So I had a pretty big TikTok following, but it was full of bots, and I did a bunch of stupid promotions. So I deleted that account. I started over a new account, and I was really salty. In fact, it was the night after me and Charlie had gone out. I was just in a bad mood. I was tired, and I was roasting people on TikTok with my like 50 followers on TikTok on my new account. And there was this guy who was shooting basketball, like basketball, right? He was shooting like little plastic balls into a wooden basketball hoop. And there's this video of him doing it, and he's humongously famous. Like he's got millions. I think he's got like 600,000 followers.
Wait, you talking about the guy on IG? What's his name?
No, on TikTok. This happened on TikTok.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
my fault.
this guy, so I'm on TikTok with my 50 followers and no likes at all on my videos on my new page. And I stumble across this guy this older guy shooting basketball hoops with his little plastic balls into these wooden hoops, and he missed like all of them. He shot like 10 in a row and missed all of them. And so I just come in, like everyone's like, oh, I keep trying, like, oh, okay, it still looks cool. And I come in, I'm just like, this man's tossing bricks. And I literally just like roast him. He's tossing bricks. And he missed all of them. And that one comment got, I think, 15,000 likes on it or something.
Damn.
Like people like went nuts for that, and then all came to my page, and all of his followers roasted me for making fun of him. But I'm like, you guys are up and spit all of his shots, like
yes, I mean,
it was.
Seeing the other side, that may work your algorithm.
Yeah, so I got a lot of like traction from that, and a lot of people like
experimenting.
So they all came and they roasted on my page, but then I backed with them once they were on my page. They'd be like, "Oh, you're so mean." I'd be like, "I'm not that mean. I was just he missed all of his shots, you know."
So for the better, we got a second question: is if you could make a song for any movie or a TV show or a Netflix show, whatever,
or video game,
or video game, what type of movie, video game would you do a song?
Wow. Oh man, I don't even know. So I've done some dance videos with the guy who dresses up as Ghetto Panther. So he dresses up as the Black Panther and dances to hip hop tracks. So he's wanted me to do a song about Ghetto Panther. So I've thought about that.
Okay.
Actual
that would
song.
be dope.
Yeah, TV shows. I don't know. I just feel like it's so difficult. That's the thing. Like, it's very difficult to do songs about sports teams or like songs without it just sounding so tacky. And I think the only way that I've gotten it is that I've just basically roasted myself the entire way through it. Like Miami Dolphins is like definitely a joke, but it's also kind of like high quality and like kind of I'm trying really hard, but it's also like just stupid lyrics in it. So like you have to get like super light to even attempt it. I don't know. Maybe I love everything about Halo.
Yeah, we're not huge gamers. I could maybe see you doing something for like Mario, like Super Mario, like some Super Smash Brother or something.
You have the Luigi song. I've technically already done.
Oh, you got Luigi. Yo, I forgot about Luigi. He's got a whole song about Luigi. Eh?
Hey, but I think like
We've got all man.
A movie with Jim Carrey and you on the soundtrack, that can be huge.
Yeah, I think he just retired. Actually, now that you mentioned that,
He might have. He's getting up there in age.
he said he wants to spend more.
No, he saw Will Smith slapping Chris Rock, so he said
Yeah,
enough with the jokes. So
that was a big part of it. He didn't want to be a part of Hollywood anymore because of all that. Wild, man. Wild.
It's wild out here. Shit,
Like,
you
Look at all right.
Junior, bro.
what'd you
All
say?
right, so listen.
You be Ace Ventura Jr., fool.
I actually dressed Ace Ventura in about like 10 years ago for Halloween, and I walked down the street, just like I did the walk and everything. Man, it was gold.
All right.
So I know. Sorry, Charlie. I know you not only music and stuff, but I know there is a story about a bridge,
Tunnel.
a tunnel. Yeah, a tunnel. Sorry. You wanna talk a little? Tell us more about that.
Yeah, now we're getting deep. Now we're in the back chapters. Now we're.
So let me just preface this by saying me and Look at Book, we've had a few adventurous nights out in Baltimore, Fed Hill and such. So yeah, if you want to tell the story, I think it's a funny story.
Yeah, it's unique. Yeah. So quarantine was super boring. And I've had a little bit of a problem with booze, especially during quarantine. I mean, there's nothing else to do. So I got pretty lit the one night, and I had kissed a girl that I had a crush on in college. So that was a huge accomplishment. So when I tell you you're walking on air, I mean, I could have fought like the entire Harlem Globetrotters team. But, like, I was feeling good. So basically, after the kiss happened, I was like, all right, well, I want to go home, but I don't feel like, because I was really trying to save money. I was really trying to save money. I was like, I don't want to get an Uber. So I decided that I would walk. And the funny thing about that is that I lived on the other side of town. So I was in Canton and I was trying to get to Fed Hill, which was on the other side of town. And I was definitely very drunk. And that's when I blacked out. So the last thing I remember is deciding to walk home because it was warm out. I was like, the weather's nice. I'll just walk. And the last thing I remember is deciding to make that decision. And then the next thing I remember, I was walking on the berm of the highway. So I had decided to walk, but I put in.
You went the wrong way, basically.
No, I went the right way.
Well, if you want to take the highway, but we're not on Google Maps.
I went the right way if I was in a car. That's what's unique about it. I put in directions, but I put in driving directions, not walking directions, because I was too drunk to know the difference. So the driving directions took me onto the highway, which was actually the shortest route. So I was walking the driving direction, which put me on the highway. So it was the height of COVID, so there was nobody on the streets and stuff, but I'm walking down the highway. That's when I blacked in. And then I got to the tunnel, the Baltimore tunnel that would take me underneath literally the harbor of Baltimore to get to the other side. And I decided once I got there, I was like, well, I've gotten this far. I'm just going to continue to do it. I'm going to continue to walk. So I made the commitment to get into the tunnel. I went up onto that little strip, in between like the wall of the tunnel and then the actual road, that 6 foot, maybe 3 foot wide strip.
Let me explain to them. I've been through this tunnel many times. Anyone who's from Baltimore has been through the harbor tunnel, but it goes under the harbor and then you come out. It's only a couple miles long, but yeah, there you if you're not driving and you're walking, there's literally like a 3 foot ledge along the wall that you can walk on, and the cars are going to be going right by you. Like,
hell no.
So that's where the memories got a little more vivid, because I'm walking on that strip, and I'm really trying because I'm still pretty hammered. And I see these tractor trailers coming towards me, and I'm just like, oh, hold on, what? Like, kind of trying to feel that out. And, so one of the tractor trailers came, and I can almost remember him like looking in my eyes, just like,
what are you doing? Who is this guy?
And then a bit after that, 2 cop cars came flying up and they stopped, and I jumped down off the thing, and I was like, yeah, this is a horrible idea. And I'm pretty sure that truck driver called the cops for me, and that really saved an effort. But I got in the car and I just started playing. The weirdest part is I was nonchalant with the whole thing. I don't know why. I think I was just looking for adventure because I was so cooped up from quarantine. And I was literally like, yeah, it was nice out. I just wanted to walk. And he's like, dude, people, you could have like died. Like, people go up on these curbs all the time. I'm like, I was just walking. Like, I was playing. He was getting so mad how nonchalant I was being about it. So he ended up riding me to my house. He dropped me off in the middle of the harbor, and I still had to walk home like 10 more minutes to my house after that. It was like, he didn't even feel bad for me.
That's right. He gave you a ride, right? He gave you a ride.
He gave me a ride, but not to my house, just to be an ass about it. Just drop me off in the middle of the harbor. So it was a lot, but
Oh, bro, you just remind me. The reaction of the cop. It just remind me a story of. I don't want to say who, but someone in the U.S. who was living in the U.S. He got arrested, right? So they told him, like, you're gonna spend the night in jail, and tomorrow morning you are free to go because you are too drunk to get home. And he was like, okay. So he went to jail and he started to sing, we all live in a yellow submarine. Yellow submarine.
Yeah.
Bro, he was singing that for 5 hours.
Jeez.
After 5 hours, the cops said, oh, you are free to go.
Yeah. Like, that's about as much as we can take.
If I ever end up in a drunk tank, right? I'll just sing.
Hey, y'all know what today is? It's National Alcohol Awareness Day.
Is it?
And it's National Beer Day. That's funny as fuck.
Damn, I don't even have a beer. I just have Captain.
You be fucked up, get stopped by the police, you better have less than a .08.
That's the same.
Yo, listen. In honor of National whatever alcohol, whatever day it is, let me just say this to everyone out there. Obviously you've heard this before, but if you're drinking, don't drive. Like, just, it's not worth it. Like, catch an Uber, catch a Lyft, call somebody, walk. Just, it's not worth it driving.
Don't walk on
anything could happen. You could kill yourself. You could hurt somebody else. Even if you just get a DUI, it's gonna mess shit up for a little bit. So it's not worth it.
We need to raise more awareness about highways too. But I mean, highway walking. But no, I agree. I actually really don't really do the drunk driving. That's just probably the most unintelligent thing you can do, for real.
Yeah. No, listen, nowadays, especially if you live in the city, it's not hard because you get an Uber, you get a Lyft, you can walk. But 10, 15 years ago, like, it was, you had to get a taxi and you're going to spend like $50 on a cab. So it's like so many people would go out and drive home, just because we didn't have the option. It's no excuse. You should never do it, whether you have Lyft or not. Bro. But yeah, there's no excuse. I'm just saying.
Because like, I used to drive without a license. And the day I got arrested, I told my wife, I will never drive again without my license. So I'm going to finish my license. And the day I got my license, I stopped to drink. So till today, if I go somewhere, someone's house to have lunch or barbecue or something, I will not drink alcohol because I know I have to drive. Period.
Yeah. That's tough.
Shit sucks.
Yeah. It's an important lesson.
Enough about me, y'all. I mean, tell me a little bit more about this. I mean, we can wrap up, but I mean, we didn't talk about me too much. But tell me more about this channel and what y'all want to do, or this. I mean, I guess what you want to call it, like a podcast or interview thing. Like, what's the goal, Mo, Charlie, Joe? What do y'all want to do with this?
Well, I'll start real quick. I mean, we started doing IG lives like a year and a half ago, and then we did that for a while, and then we took a break, and then a few months ago we came back and we're like, you know what, let's start it back up again, but let's try a different platform. Let's try, instead of on Instagram Live, let's try YouTube, let's try Zoom, and then let's just start a channel and just grow it. It's gonna take some time, but you got to start somewhere, right?
Is this tied to Rap Fiesta or is it separate?
No, this is separate from Rat Fiesta. I got to call Sade because I ain't talked to him in a month or so, but he'll probably start up Rat Fiesta Radio again in the summer. But he does his own podcast where he interviews artists on his channel on Rat Fiesta. But you know, yeah, we just me, Zoe, and Mo. We've been friends for a couple of years now, and we. It's funny, we all kind of met. All of us kind of met through Rat Fiesta and another guy, Keys to the Game. So it's like, you know. And Look at Book, you're the one that got me into Rat Fiesta. So I have to thank you you were the one that helped link me with these two wonderful gentlemen, my business partners. And
Yes, sir.
it's been a beautiful thing ever since. You know, we're best friends outside of the professional setting, but you know, we're always thinking of new ideas, and we got some plans in the works. So it's a beautiful thing. We're doing good so far.
We're just bringing like-minded creatives like yourself on. You know, last week we had my one of my best bros, Katakage Music. The name's James. He was on last week. You know, he was talking about being in the moment, and you touched on being in the moment, and I'm glad you spoke on that. You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like you dropped a lot of gems throughout this podcast. You know, and that's what we love about these podcasts, because all of our friends, all the creators that we have on, y'all got something to say. You know what I'm saying? And
yeah, we can all learn from each other. You know what I mean?
Yeah, this is the platform for that, you know.
Yeah.
That's for.
It's all about show love and share the knowledge. You know, it's all started with Zoe getting on live every morning, and we started to have like random conversation. Like we had a 1 hour on IG. And Zoe was walking, literally he was walking, and he had a cat all time next to him, walking with him. So this type of stuff, we started with all this type of stuff, and we built a relationship. And now, like every day we spoke, even if we never met personally, we keep the contact every time, every day. They know my family. They already know my kids and my wife, and yeah, it's been fun, you know. And
fantastic.
When you mix both, like you have fun and you are building something that can help others. All the effort is gonna be like at the end of the day, is gonna be positive. For me, it's like it's almost 4 a.m. and I'm still here because I love doing this.
Yeah,
Mo is definitely dedicated. I gotta hand it to him. He's we got the 6 hour time difference, but he makes his schedule. He works around his schedule, and you know, he's a huge part of this team. We couldn't do it without him. So
very grateful.
But
very
you know,
grateful.
I've known Look at Book for many years now, and the way I look at him is like one of my best friends. Like, you know, the same way with Mo and Zoe. Like we've really developed a friendship, and we know each other well. We talk often. So,
yeah, man.
You know, all of you guys, I appreciate all of you.
Definitely, man. We fucks with your heavy Book. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
good people.
Hey, Book, man.
Shout out to that hair, though.
Hey, appreciate it, man. Hey, Book, man. Let us know where we can find you at, man.
Yeah, Instagram is LookatBook77. I think it's the same on TikTok. Yep. YouTube, Look at Book Official, and Spotify is Look at Book, and Spotify just hit 8,000 monthly listeners. Exciting. So, you know, it's a cool thing. Y'all for having me. It's nice to kind of meet you a little bit more, Mo. I think we have met once before, but nice to definitely meet you. And shout out to Portugal, and shout out to Texas, and shout out to Charlie Pockets. So yeah, I mean, y'all keep doing your thing. I think you're doing the right thing. And the best thing about music, in my opinion, is like when you love it enough, you're just going to keep doing it. You're going to find a way to do it. You're going to find a way to create, and you're going to capture your skill, and then people are going to gravitate towards that. So, I mean, this is a cool thing we got going here. It's just about finding more and more dope artists to interview and getting their bases engaged in it. But yeah, I mean, chop this shit up and oh man, I said I keep this PG-13 and I swore. Chop this up.
You good, bro.
Yeah, send it to me. I'll put it on some of my platforms, and
He's gonna be on YouTube Monday. So
Okay.
once we have everything, we link with you, and we're gonna share your link tree on the description as well.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
So we'll start with the full podcast on YouTube, and then we'll break it up into 30-second clips for like reels and IG, YouTube shorts and stuff like that. So we can share it on IG and everything else.
Yeah, so tell
We got a
people
little
where they can find us.
Yeah, man. You can follow Quarantine Network at We Are QNW across all social media platforms, particularly Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube. I am your host, OG. Follow me on Instagram at BodyBagZo. Mo, Pockets, tell them where they can find you.
Charlie?
Oh, you can find me Charlie.Pockets on Instagram. You said Mo first, so I was gonna let Mo go first. But yeah, Charlie.Pockets on Instagram. That's the main place you can find me.
You can find me at Mo_Rays_beats with a Z at the end on Instagram, YouTube coming soon. And stay tuned because we're gonna have the official website for QNW.
Book, you welcome anytime, big player.
Yeah.
Right.
Yo, thanks again. Look at Book, man. Appreciate you coming on, and we look forward to having you again in the future.
Definitely.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yo, thank you very much for the opportunity. Take care of yourself.
Likewise.
All right, brother. See you later.